Hello and welcome to the show. This is a comedy podcast that you are not ready for. Yeah, things you need before you listen to me. 1, a full stomach. 2, various financial issues. 3, personal emotional problems. And 4, a curious mind. Yes, this is Rose-Colored Classist. I'm Kyle Roderick Ridley, and I got the glasses. Yeah, it's episode 74, and we're going for gore. Yeah, a spear to the heart of the ruling elite, the oligarchical PDF files. This podcast is a weapon. I'm a weapon. We're a weapon. No, not you. That guy. You and me, bro. We're weapons. Which is a great movie. You should watch it. It involves children. Stay on message. No, this podcast. We are the resistance. I've banded together. A resistance banded together. And it's time to work out. Yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian, process server, former janitor, 31, 6'2", 250, balding, brown hair, and of various ethnicity and odd personal background. And here I am, doing my civic duty. This podcast is the biggest and most important thing I could do for my country and the world right now. Yeah, if you are looking to have a voice, an impact, podcast, you gotta have one. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not, really. Stop thinking I'm being sarcastic. I'm not. All right? I am not saying everyone needs a podcast tongue-in-cheek. Look. See? It's not even there. Left my toothbrush in the car. My mouth's dirty. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. Sunday morning. And hopefully I keep this thing under an hour because I do it in my studio apartment and my neighbors are going to kill me. So let's get to it. My Newslight rhythmic ranting comedy podcast. Attacking the fucked up ruling class. Yes, first order of business today, my opinion on Venezuela. Still can't say it right. I'm having trouble saying the country's name, and that's where I'm at with it. What's my opinion? Too hard of a name for a country. Venezuela. There is a veneer Escuela going around, right? Yes, we've kidnapped the guy. Our president is now like a double president or something. Yeah, the geopolitical situation here with our invasion impending. Yeah. Hey, let's get one thing straight about this. Let's get one thing straight of Hormuz, okay? It's about oil. You hear that? No. Yeah. It's the petrodollar. Ever heard of it? I just found out about it. Yes, the petrodollar. Defending it. Securing it. Whatever you hear out there, sorry, bud, not relevant, okay? Regime change? Justice? Narco-terrorist traffickers? Shut the fuck up. Okay, it's about securing the petrodollar, and not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay, it's very understandable. Actually, it is the world's reserve currency, and it takes a lot to keep it that way. All right, no, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear all the fucking legalese, buttered up bullshit. I mean, the idea that the world is run by violence in defense of the petrodollar, it's a respectable idea. I think a lot of us can get behind that idea. But here we are, and, they're telling us it's not that. They're telling us that's not the way it works, which is insane, by the way. Yeah, if you've been paying attention to this podcast, and all podcast, actually, I think us saying that the world is built on committing violence to protect currencies, that would be preferable to the alternative that we have right now. What is the alternative? The alternative is that, yes, committing violence to protect the petrodollar is a better alternative than what else I'm hearing out there, okay? It's either we commit violence to protect the petrodollar or we sacrifice children to empower interdimensional, practically omnipotent, ancient alien space gods who, vie for control over our eternal souls. All right? Tell me what you would prefer, and I'll get back to you, okay? Yeah, things are moving, guys. Things are moving. Please, Let all the things we do be in defense of the petrodollar. Please, God. Yeah, man, I do mention aliens, mentioning the pedos. This is the podcast. This is what we do here. You're not with it? Probably going to have to get it because I don't know how you are interpreting all the facts going around now, but it's tough. Yeah, man, things are moving in the alien world. It is definitely on my list of interests. I may not cover it today particularly. I do kind of want to, move adjacent to it and talk about the hot military operation we did. It's been a while. I've let the pieces fall. As what do? They may fall. Venezuela may fall. And I'd like to go over a little bit of it. I mean, it's incredible. A lot of people talk about how it's incredible. Who is the guy? I don't know him. Never heard of anybody who talks like that, saying what an incredible operation this was. It's magnificent, and come on, let's get this guy out here. He's one of our great generals. He's one of the people. We should look at him. His name is General Kane. Watch him talk.
At 10:46 p.m. Eastern Time last night, the president ordered the United States military to move forward with this mission. As the night began, the helicopters took off with the extraction force, which included law enforcement officers, and began their flight into Venezuela at 100 feet above the water. As the force began to approach Caracas, the Joint Air Component began dismantling and disabling the air defense systems in Venezuela, employing weapons to ensure the safe passage of the helicopters into the target area. We arrived at Maduro's compound at 1:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 2:01 a.m. Caracas local time, and the apprehension force descended into Maduro's compound and moved with speed, precision, and discipline towards their objective, and isolated the area to ensure the safety and security of the ground force while apprehending the indicted person.
All right, that's General Kane. Go ahead and meet him. You ever heard of him? He's kind of important right now. Yeah, his nickname is Raising Kane. Nicknamed General Raising Kane, but, he ain't no chicken. He does not balk at threats. He's a peckerwood who literally pecks wood. Look at that fucking cutout. Yeah, good to know this guy. Get a hold of it. I think... with my particular podcast mission and focus, combined with my own natural strategic abilities that I've gained through hundreds of thousands of hours of video gaming, I think I got to get a lot more involved in this military planning, these military actions. All right, we really ought to be getting to know these guys. We really ought to be getting to know this guy, all right? Yeah, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there's been a few loud and obvious acknowledgments that the military actually run the country, okay? Yeah, let alone what Candace Owens says about the military, who we will be covering tonight. Let alone what she says. I think everybody has, come to the conclusion that the military are the people who are actually in charge. Civilian who? Civilian what? No, there's nobody else, guys. There's nobody else in charge. I'm sorry. It's this fuck. And doesn't he look like every general ever? They come out of the vet, these people. The last podcast I talked about cloning. I've been talking about all this science stuff. And, these guys who show up, who are they? Where do they come from? Yeah, and talk about the military, what they're capable of. I mean, I want to read this statement. Okay, I want to read this statement from the guard who was at the attack, the operation where they kidnapped this motherfucker in Venezuela, Venezuela. How do you say that country's name? It is tough. Okay, come on, read this shit with me. It is insane. Read this shit. Okay, I'm on Reddit. Here we found it. Okay, interviewer. He goes, and then the battle began. Security guard, which is, I guess we're kind of lowering this guy's rank. I'm pretty sure he's more than a security guard, right? He goes, yes, the battle did begin, but it was a massacre. We were hundreds. We had no chance. I should do an accent with this, huh? Right, hold on. They're shooting with such precision. That's not the right accent. How do people from there talk? It seemed like soldiers were firing 300 rounds per minute. That's not right either. Hold on. Let me find it. They sound kind of Spanish, don't they? We couldn't do anything. That's French. Okay, maybe just back to the regular accent. This is the interviewer. And your weapons, didn't they help? Back to the security guard. He goes, no help at all. Because it wasn't just the weapons. This was the accent. I feel like this one's a little bit better. At one point, they launched something. That's back to the regular old Mexican accent. Okay. My voice. If my voice didn't sound weird enough. He goes, I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. We all started bleeding from the nose. Mi nariz. Sangre de mi nariz. Some were vomiting blood. And we fell to the ground, unable to move. A witness statement from the some guard who was there. I don't know. Some news outlet interviewed him, showing the interview everywhere. It's getting reposted to every conceivable website. And yeah, people are saying this guy, he's referencing like very strong flashbangs. If you've played Call of Duty, he's referencing flashbangs, and you fucking wish he was. You wish it was a flashbang. No, this man is clearly describing hypersonic weapons. And even if he's not, we should really figure out how to combat those ASAP. Yeah, look, I don't know if you've been consuming all the media regarding this hot attack, this great operation. And something's up with the politics. Maybe they gave him up, but what we deployed, the things the American military deployed. I saw this picture. I couldn't find it again after I originally saw it. Because we live in a well-crafted psyop. But I saw this picture, and it was this picture of some insane triangular spy plane above the whole battlefield. It didn't come down. It didn't do any attacks. It just stayed up there, but it was a little too close. And I'm saying things without any type of real certainty or actual knowledge, but this plane clearly was shooting out mind-melting shockwaves. All right, I mean, at this point, our technology, military, it's absolute insanity everywhere. Technology is completely unreal. Okay, and you add aliens on top of it. We're looking at a situation where, our government is this mysterious, potentially evil entity. And, regardless of whatever particular level or what idea we have of dissent or dissidence or, trying to avoid some horrific future run by these fucking maniacs, unless my AirPods can stop unimaginably strong sound waves, I don't think it's within our reach. All right, we all want to change the system. Look what these motherfuckers could do. Look what these motherfuckers can do. It is, have faith, brothers. It is not hopeful. The weapon, a possible weapon, hypersonic sound waves. All right, yeah, it's just my voice turned up to 11. Shout out, Rob. Yeah, if you guys remembered this, it was a hot news cycle in the mid 2010s. Talking about Havana syndrome. Does anyone remember this? Where the embassy in Cuba, coincidentally, these Cuban security guards are guarding the president, and all our people in the embassy were experiencing this thing called Havana syndrome, where they were feeling nauseous, and some of them feel like they went crazy. And I don't know if any of them bled from the fucking ears, but you hear a story like this. Make some assumptions. And I think we figured out what a Havana syndrome is, actually. I think we figured it out. It was the CIA testing weapons on its own embassy. It wasn't Cuba. It wasn't Russia. Yeah, it was probably the USA trying out this hardcore device. This amazing weapon. How else could we use it, huh? How else could we figure out how it goes? People, what are we talking about? Unimaginable technology at the hands of the military. And by that, I mean Raytheon. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me look behind them. It's Lockheed Martin. Oh, who's behind them? Northrop? Oh, wow. Can't forget Northrop. And yeah, man, we got there. Okay, we got there. Whatever we were fantasizing all throughout, the last 50 years, we're there. Scientific super weapons. Okay, comic book superpowers are real. They got lasers. We all know about the lasers. Allegedly, the CIA and all them have psychics. I've covered that before. They got psychics. I mean, considering how flawless this operation went, I mean, I assume we have Wonder Woman's invisible jet, too. Okay? Every fucking guy out there, some Batman type, some Batman Arrow motherfucker coming around, all right? We talk about secret bases. Yeah, a couple Fortresses of Solitude out there. I mean, they got the supercomputer, baby. I mean, we're literally building Brainiac at this point. I don't know why I'm referencing DC so much, but look, yeah, we're officially sci-fi. We're officially sci-fi. We got triangles floating in the sky. All right? They're emitting sound waves, crushing the human spirit, okay? Making them bleed from their motherfucking noses. And just considering the possibility. Even thinking about this as, a chance of happening. I think we really, again, we have to reposition ourselves and understand that, you want any change in government, what are you really asking for, okay? I mean, who am I in this world with a military like this? All right? Am I really supposed to say that they're there to serve my interests? I mean, dude, what interests could I possibly have other than world domination that would justify these insane military acts we're doing? Okay, my interests? I mean, I'm interested in the idea of a hypersonic superweapon, but, I don't want to see it. Not really. It's a fun idea, but I'm scared. No, I'm scared. We're going hardcore. We're going for it. I mean, the possible draft. I hear some legislation's coming down the pipe. They're going to draft me. Yeah, every kid out there who wanted to be drafted by the NBA, well, you're going to get a draft somehow. Okay, yeah, the new wars. Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. Yeah, drafting us at this point. What a better way to finally emphasize the full control they have. You either get drafted or you can vomit blood. All right, yeah, we're all getting pretty desperate again, right? I mean, Jesus, Donnie T postulating the $1.5 trillion budget to fight in the military, getting the military to fight or whatever I'm trying to say. I mean, this is what bugs me about being American is like, is our only chance for any financial security dependent on whether we want to fight or work for the government, right? I mean, come on. I mean, aren't most of us ready to kill for money already here in this country? Aren't we so ready just to... Yeah, give it a nice payday. I think we will murder innocents in a war for bankers. I do think a lot of us would make that choice daily, actually. Yeah, whatever bullshit job we have now. I mean, imagine if you could kill somebody. Explains a lot of the ICE agents out there. Whatever terrible job you have, serving people booze, giving them food that'll destroy their bodies. Selling an Asian car, for Christ's sake. I mean, you got to realize that a lot of us are in so much jeopardy at this point. I think a draft might be our only salvation. Okay? Yeah, and then we'll all be veterans. Finally get those bennies, huh? Those hot vet bennies. No, I mean, come on. We treat the military like garbage anyway. Treat the veterans like garbage all the time. Gosh, I heard this wonderful little theory that the American military, it's so powerful and so extreme and, puts its soldiers through such, incredible training that after they get out, the American military, what they actually do is they keep soldiers down. They keep them down, all right? They don't want them to coalesce and fight against the who? The American government, all right? Yeah. Thoughts like these is why I bomb when I perform in San Diego. All right, yeah, this is why I won't get invited to the gigs supporting the troops. I mean, I support the troops if I somehow get paid. If I'm a troop, I'll support them. And at this point, it seems nigh. Okay? Yeah, man, I really believe the only good thing that could come from a $1.5 trillion military budget is an increase in job opportunity. I mean, really, I mean, look, I think if the American government actually took care of veterans, most of us would choose to be one. All right, and we're close. We're close. They really need us, man. I guess my point being, the dynamic of whatever anti-war rhetoric is out there that we're trying to establish, I'm not sure is a winning argument, because when all of us are pushed to the brink, okay, I think a lot of us would agree that there is like a theoretical value that could be worth more than someone's life. All right, yeah, I hear that question, and I kind of quickly say yes. Snap call. Yes on that one. I could easily see myself getting paid an amount of money to take innocent human life. I could easily see that. I mean, at least to achieve some, theoretically sufficiently valuable objective, right? I mean, we spend all this time, defending, the value of human life. And, maybe it's been a while since I said it, but, who cares? Who the fuck cares anymore? Who's actually really caring about the value of human life at this point? I mean, if we're just doing the two sides, left and right here in this country, one side wants to kill babies before they're born and the other one wants to kill them after. All right? I mean, come on. Would I care? I mean, how could I care? I'm trying to compete. Out here, okay? And I don't think anybody's winning the rhetorical argument. Either way, I mean, look, the hypocrisy is a little too much to bear, and I'd rather not think about it. I mean, I'd rather just take the money. Yeah, I mean, if you want an argument of like, don't kill innocent children, it's probably not enough. If that's your argument, it's probably not enough. I mean, look, theoretically, supposedly, all these people in charge of the military and the government are fucking pedophiles. So, I don't think they're willing to budge on the whole murder pedophilia thing. I don't think they're gonna budge on the destruction of innocent life here. I think it's actually a sticking point to the argument. Gosh, redoing the social contract. Seeing what the military is actually capable of. I think one of the parties is gonna have a pretty big clause in there. And if we're gonna try to convince them not to hurt the innocent, I don't know, man. It's kind of their thing. It's kind of like the whole way they define themselves. I think we're gonna have to work around that. We're gonna have to give it to them. Yeah, argue for different things, for different points. Like, hey, pay us once we get drafted. Hey, treat us nice once we're veterans. I mean, maybe it is best that they want us to stay in our house all the time anyway. I mean, I don't want to get physically hurt. Who could? I think we all feel like that, but how are you supposed to rewrite this thing? I mean, not much trust. Not much trust in the military, not much trust in the government. But, when we're also fucked in housing, food, and medical, maybe it's one of the only options. That's how they recruit in the first place, right? That's how they've been doing it. Anyway, talking about the government more, I mean, who they really are, what they've really been doing, what the perspective actually is. Yeah, and I'd love to do a deep dive on this Kane guy at some point. I'm currently reading an audiobook, which I love to say. Yeah, I'm currently reading an audiobook by some guy. He popped up on the JRE. And it's it's good background for things, for some scripts I'm writing, right? I want to check out this book. All right, it's a book. The name is on the video. I don't remember the name of the book. It's something stupid, but it's about MK Ultra. It's about the obsessive, repetitive things that I keep going on and on about, and I just we gotta learn more about it. All right. I mean, I think I'm allowed to post this. I think I'm allowed to post it. I mean, I doubt fucking copyright's gonna get down on me for this one. Getting the information out there, that's what's important. Maybe too important. Maybe the fact that I'm getting this information out there is actually doing something. Listen up to this fucking book.
In 1953, Cameron accidentally discovered what would become his favorite treatment for schizophrenia. He was recording the therapy session of a female patient, a blonde and sultry girl from Bermuda whom I roundly suspected of incestuous feelings for her father, and noticed that whenever he played back the audio for her to listen to, she became visibly upset. Fascinated, he replayed the audio over and over, each time provoking a stronger reaction. "You're a damn fool," she finally yelled before storming out of the room. Soon afterward, another patient told Cameron that her mother used to threaten her by saying, "If you don't keep quiet, I'm going to leave you behind." Cameron played these words back to her and asked, "Do you feel anything, lassie?" His notes of the session capture her dramatic response. 19 repetitions. "Does it go on all the time? I hate to hear that. It upsets me. Look at me shaking." 21 repetitions. "It upsets me enough. It is the future that I think of. I know now that I can't count on my husband and my mother." At this point, the patient became red, restless, and began to breathe rapidly. 30 repetitions. "I hate everything. It makes me so resentful. I am so alone. I might as well go and do something silly. I am so different. I want to be like others. I want to hear nice words. My mother and husband never did, but I can't go out for necking. I want to be protected. I never got it." 35 repetitions. I hate. 36 repetitions. "Oh, stop it. I don't want." 39 repetitions. "Stop it. Stop it." The patient began to threaten with her hands. Cameron realized that by subjecting mental patients to repeated auditory messages, what he called psychic driving, he might be able to induce enough stress in them to reprogram their behavior. The idea at first filled him with unease. "I even noticed in myself a reluctance to do this," he said. "I felt that I was being unkind, insensitive, imperceptive. One simply didn't do this sort of thing to people." Yet because of his feelings of unease, Cameron reasoned that he must be on the right track. In his view, only those who dared to go where nobody had gone before would discover anything new. It was a view shared by Sidney Gottlieb, on whose desk sat a carving of a turtle bearing the inscription, "Behold the turtle. It never advances unless it sticks its neck out." Cameron thought that psychic driving was the key to curing mental illness. In 1956, he published his findings in the American Journal of Psychiatry, a copy of which happened to land in the hands of John Gittinger.
Oh, yeah, a taxpayer-funded study to cure schizophrenia, supposedly. Doesn't it feel like we all have schizophrenia now? I wonder what's up with that. Yeah, it turns out, guys, if you repeat something to someone, it can be pretty annoying. If you repeatedly say something, people might not like that. Yeah, if you repeat something like, Epstein killed himself, maybe you say it enough, people will actually believe it. Is that what happened to Cash? Mr. Bongino? Yeah. Big, heady psychological concept. Psychic driving. Now, when I hear that term, the only piece of media that I think even mentioned this concept is the show Hannibal, with that Danish drunk who's probably really mad about Greenland right now. Yeah, that Casino Royale, ball-loving, square-jawed motherfucker. The ball-loving bad guy, as I knew him and met him. And obviously that show's about a really scary, scary guy. Scary, scary dude doing fucked up, scary, scary things. But you hear what they learned from this experiment. Doesn't it kind of feel like it's happening right now? That people are just repeating things incessantly, trying to get you to fucking believe it? I mean, maybe I'm even doing that a little bit, trying to focus everyone up on the guy, Mr. Jeffrey. But that only goes to show, how powerful a concept this is. And, I feel like I knew these things and understood these topics, coming out of Christian high school. And I remember taking these things very seriously. But then, I look at what happened after, and it's like I lived my life completely oblivious to it. Like, do I misremember, learning about all these fucked up concepts that, would make someone not believe anything? I mean, come on. Was there some conclusion that I came to about MK Ultra and PsyOps that I don't remember right? I swear to God, I remember giving a huge fuck about it. I remember that. But then I look at what happened in my life, the last 10 years, fucking 12 years, and what happened? It's like I didn't even fight the oligarchy for 1 second the last 15 fucking years, I swear. This is something new I'm doing. Yeah, man, I don't know what happened. I'm definitely, misremembering events. All right. Yeah, I'm Della right now. Hey, some new Gen Z slang. All right. When you're having the Mandela effect, remembering things differently, you just say, "Oh, I'm Della, man." Oh, I'm Dellaing so hard right now. It's pretty good. Yeah, learning about all these concepts again, trying to Hold on, my Dalmatian's trying to jump off the bed. Let's see how this goes. I do this in my studio apartment. Whoa, there he goes. Yeah, right on. I mean, we've had this information for a while, but obviously it didn't set in right. Okay, I feel like we've all had a moment with these kinds of topics, heard about it, but then I think most of us moved on. All right, I mean, you really hear a concept like if you repeat something, people just believe it. It controls their mind. It stresses them out so much that they have no option to. It really it shatters the idea of your own perception, right? And you decide that maybe I just ignore it. Maybe I believe that I have some kind of control over my thoughts and decide not to believe it, all right? I just want to enjoy the bar. Go out, maybe watch Lord of the Rings without fucking tripping out about good and evil, okay? Yeah, the interesting point about this experiment, and maybe it is just common sense, but yeah, you repeat a specific phrase over and over and over again. You phase people, you bother them a lot. All right, yeah. I mean, turns out our practice as children has seemed to bear fruit. yeah. The CIA just grown up hall monitors. All right, trying to do science to prove that they were actually doing the right thing the whole time. Yeah, I was annoying people, but it was only to manipulate their minds into doing what I want. Yeah. Fucking the world run by hall monitors with all the fucking money they got. Our money, actually. Now, a lot of names get thrown around in that little audiobook clip. I hope you yourself go and look into them. I know I am trying to figure out who they are. And whoever those people are, I would like to battle in a war of words. But, I can't find him. This person is not around to talk to, okay? There's no one out there defending the ideas that I'm attacking, which I guess is the bit of the hook. Our whole world is run by ideas, of people we can never converse with about it, which is impressive. I'm pretty proud of them. I mean, the best way to keep a secret is to not get asked any questions about it. This pretty much sums up, what's going on here, all right? Yeah, our minds are being controlled, and the person we're supposed to confront about that is missing entirely. Is it General Kane? Is it some other guy? I mean, this is a complex debate, even looking about using, the things they discovered for ourselves. I'll concede that maybe at the time these people were alive, this kind of, abuse may, have allowed you to learn things that were, you otherwise wouldn't have. But now that we've, seen all these results, go all the way down, I think, it's time to have a fight about it, right? And I'd love to have that fight. Who do I talk to? Can't find him. Where is he? He's dead in the cell. Okay, maybe not. Living in the West Bank, probably. Talk about Jeffrey. Yeah, talk about the fight, guys. I'm covering Candace again. This is that that side of the story that is incredibly important. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm covering Candace. I'm sorry, not sorry. Demi Lovato was sex trafficked. Everyone knows that. Mind melted, that woman. Yeah. But Candace, she's on the cutting edge, all right, of what's actually relevant in the world right now. Who are they? The satanic, pedophilic oligarchs? Those SOPs? You like that? SOPs? We can call them that. And Candace, she's on the forefront of this important subject, all right, because, I mentioned the study. I mentioned the military. That they're all in control and they've done all the fucking things to figure out how to do it. And we got to explore the farther ends of the web. We can talk about the center, talk about Jeffrey, but there's more going on that extends away from this. And this lady, she's on top of it, and it's the number one issue. Okay, there is no other issue than this. I mean, I don't know if you're paying attention, but the Sean Ryan show, who's I'm going back and forth on whether I like that guy or not. And he had that the congressperson from the House, Ro Khanna. You know that guy? He created the bill to release the Epstein Files in the first place. Congressman Rook to H. Hanna, the Ro Shaka Hanna. Yeah, the Sean Ryan show. They had him to talk about the Epstein Files, and the congressman, I will say, he has the oddest accent possible. All right, it's like he's about to be Indian or something. It's like if you let him keep talking a little bit, it's gonna be an Indian accent immediately. But I don't know if you know this. Ro Khanna, he actually won his election 7-11. I don't know if you know that. That's a joke. There you go. But my point is, I posted, the interview in my story on Instagram, KRG Comedy. I was told to plug that. And the point is, they haven't released the files, not entirely. And this is the most important issue. And Candace, this lady, she seems to be at the farthest reaches of whatever this, particular subject is. And again, go watch her show. All right. She's out there. She's talking about some weird fucking fort. Some fort whose name sounds like a psychedelic drug. Huachuca. Yeah, there's ayahuasca, and then there's Huachuca. And yeah, man, it's fucking, it goes from Fort Huachuca to Charlie to Israel to Epstein. All right. And I'm following all of it. All right. And she's on another fucking shocking discovery, this lady. I'm going to play this clip, and it is a little long, just like how Candace likes it. Okay. Sorry. I need to stop sexualizing that woman. I mean, on the one hand, you should be happy that I'm sexualizing an adult. And on the other hand, you shouldn't look at that one. That hand is gross. You don't want to know what's on that hand. No, really, holy hell. I'm sorry. I just think it is hilarious to make sex jokes. Make a few sex jokes about Candace in comparison to all this Epstein stuff. All right, I think it's funny just to illustrate how I'm missing the real point. Okay, I'm missing the real point, but I'm on board for the important stuff. Yeah, which is a perspective a lot of us are gonna have to hold. Yeah, we may not be good on everything, but we gotta get some things right. And it's the military, it's Epstein, it's Fort Huachuca. So, yeah, man, onto this little cut-up clip I made of the investigación aquí en este país. Watch her. I'm not playing the Sean Ryan show. I'll never do it. Did I already do it? I won't do it.
I am going to tell you a lot. I can, like I said, assert she definitely has heard of Fort Huachuca. So I was interested when some people that were based at Fort Huachuca back in 2010, around 2010, maybe 2011, reached out to me to inform me that they knew Erica and that Erica definitely knows the base because a bunch of people from the base were affiliated and had worked with her from about 2010 until around 2013 on a mini film that never saw the light of day. As evidence of this, because I was thinking, am I being trolled here? And then no, I wasn't being trolled. As evidence of this, they actually provided me with movie posters, which were professionally shot, and the movie, which was entitled November Renaissance. Okay, sure. We obviously we know that she did some acting or reality TV. I don't know how we would phrase it. We know that she was pursuing the stage, obviously. She was involved in pageants. And we're checking out this movie poster before I tell you what it's all about, what the movie itself is about, just by way of association. The point is that they told me there's absolutely no way that she's not familiar with Fort Huachuca. I don't know why that was said by Andrew Colvett. She most definitively was, just by nature, like I said, of what her mom did. And also, this poster proves it. Okay, that narrative is officially over. This whole, oh, this is crazy. What are we talking? Okay, that's just done. We can end that, okay? Take a listen to the director, Clayton himself, describe a bit about what this was intended to be about. I say intended because when you start reading the comments in the Kickstarter campaign, you realize they never delivered. They promised to deliver it in 2013. That didn't happen. Here is the director, Clayton Hogan, speaking about this movie.
You guys just saw there was a visual pitch to really give you a feel for the atmosphere, but as far as concept goes, we really developed it around a number of questions that we were asking ourselves. Now, these questions range from anything from how can we manipulate someone's senses enough so that they believe a false reality, when in reality something else is going on entirely? Or even how can someone like the class geek pirate and steal, say, the varsity quarterback's, knowledge and skill set? Or even more so, how can the knowledge and skill set of a Navy SEAL be copied and, transferred to somebody else? And this concept became possible when we really pushed the boundary on what's called nanotechnology. That's tiny little microscopic machines that carry out their function on an atomic level. Now, with nanotechnology, we were able to create this plausible and believable mind-bending and reality-bending concept that is grounded in developing physics theories out there and developing science.
This is what I'm talking about with this lady being on the outer edge. Sure, she's focused on the big EK running the TP USA and how it matters to Charlie. But this is what I'm talking about, where like the military runs it, but when I want to bring that up, there's nobody to talk to. And in fact, I just found out, listening to Candace's show, that Charlie was actually supposed to go to West Point and, for college. And that adds a little interesting layer to the story. And, why is it so difficult to find the person to actually, have this theoretical debate with that I'm talking about? It's because they use the actors. Yes, the world that we see running it, it's all done by actors. All right, come on. This has been said before. A lot of people have been saying that these politicians are all just a bunch of fucking actors. Everyone out there, wants to be an influencer. Okay, these days, and honestly, I'm looking at it, and I think they might have work. Okay, yeah, you want to get drafted? What about getting drafted to be an influencer? They may really have something going on. Now, just as a comedian, I do want to say this part. Okay, yes, yeah, showbiz sucks. Showbiz sucks. I don't know what the fuck I thought it was. Don't know what the fuck I thought was going on in here. I guess I was, under this belief, that there's some nice idea out there about how, movies and shows exist in a medium that, allows us to express a certain type of art. And, that's what it was. The medium was for the art. Okay, but, I'm looking around, and as I drown in videos, as I drown in commercials and propaganda and bad opinions and, whatever the rest is out there, it seems that this medium that I was, so enthralled with as something of artistic expression is in fact like a ubiquitous tool that maybe I could use it for art, but it's also being used for a lot of other things, and it can accomplish a lot. Sure, I have ideas about making a cool television show with a nice plot, with a particular meaning. But it seems today that if I want to do that, I'm just in with the rest of it. All right, my expression of art is not special, okay? We have the military trying to make action thrillers. Okay, we all got to think about this thing differently. And I could talk about, money, being the indicator in an equation like this, whatever's going on with the story of Erica Kirk's Indie, her student film, I guess. Yeah, I will say that there was a nice grift for a second where you get a Kickstarter, you get a GoFundMe, and you get a bunch of people, investing in something that you never actually go through with. You totally lie about it, and you just take the money. All right. Yeah. Especially in this era, right? 2014, it was a hot time for this scam. Big time for GoFundMe scams. And a movie, seriously, this is what I didn't realize. It's like the perfect scam machine. Probably why it was made in the first place. I go over Jeffrey Epstein's paintings. I got to wake up. We all got to wake up. Art. People use it to hide money. That's about it. That's about it. Anything else that goes on, whatever. I thought, when it comes to movies and TV shows, yeah, sure, it's mostly crap, but that's because it's hard to make, okay? And the reason a movie or TV show is good is because there are so many bad ones. Yeah, I guess the difference is, when I think a movie is good or a TV show is good is because it's actually not participating in the way that it's normally used as some kind of other object in the ocean of propaganda, of fucking, pedantic, pestilent Petri out there that maybe, I see something and, it's maybe a little bit honest. It actually is relevant to our shared reality. Maybe that's why I thought it was good and not because of some other artistic fucking feeling. All right. Yeah, no, most of all art is, used to, launder money gotten in ill gains. I heard that the whole Wolf of Wall Street budget was given to by, some fucking fraud, right? They made that whole amazing movie because some guy was trying to commit fraud. Yeah, and it's really disheartening, talking about show business. I mean, I guess that's, again, why I love stand-up comedy. And that's, really why I think stand-up comedy is maybe the only true art out there. Because, whatever agenda is, being accomplished by the jokes, at least there's only one guy out there doing it. You don't need a bunch of funding for it. I mean, yeah, man, at the end of the day, you can just blame the fuck with the stupid glasses, okay? Yeah, you say something up on stage and it's impossible to get away from it, all right? Yeah, everyone is just right there listening to you, ready to react, all right? Yeah, how can you launder anything up there, with the microphone in your hand? I mean, sometimes I feel, and again, maybe why comedy is so popular and so pure now, so hot, is, It's like the closest to truth someone can actually get. I mean, you create a situation where, lying is either the point and it's expected and desired, or at least every statement you say is under immediate scrutiny, hopefully good-natured scrutiny. But then I look at the whole other, side of the business that stand-up comedians are forced to participate in, and it's like, it's shit, okay? This podcast included. I just think that whatever true idea of art is out there is something I've misunderstood entirely, okay? I mean, I chose to do stand-up, all right, because I hate actors. I hate acting. I've always kind of thought it was stupid and contemptible. I mean, I've acted before, and I'm great at it. No, I don't have anything to prove. I'm not jealous. Yeah, I concede that yes, some stories and ideas can only be told through what, people would consider a play. But then again, a play, which I've done, is a lot different than, whatever is, getting taped up and put out there. Has a lot less availability to be screwed with. But talking about actors and, how these are the people that the, military and, billionaires choose to talk through, I find acting a little contemptible at this point. I mean, look, think about it. I mean, the attitude necessary to accomplish great acting. I mean, what vapid people, right? What vapid people those are. A lot of comedians hate on actors, and for good reason. I mean, actual acting, the art of acting, any real actor out there, I mean, kind of a bore, right? Just an empty vessel willing to be, taken up by the spirit of someone who is actually interesting. I mean, these are the good actors. I do think, again, we have a misunderstanding of who great actors are, perhaps, because of this, propaganda element that I'm mentioning. I mean, we figure out who the popular actors are and, tell me in what they've acted in. Really, actually, it reminds me of this old joke I used to tell. And, it only ever middled, which is perfect for this podcast. The joke about actors, I'd start off, I'd say, I hate actors. I'd say that. I go, I hate actors. Because, think of the popular actors. Like, who's a popular actor? Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson. He's a popular actor. But, have you ever seen Samuel L. Jackson be someone else other than Samuel Jackson? No, he's Samuel with an afro. This is Samuel with an eye patch. This is Samuel, what he does when he's up in the air around snakes, okay? He's the same guy every time. Most of the popular actors are the same guy every fucking time. I mean, think of a real important, awesome actor like Daniel Day-Lewis. Who is he as a person? He is a cobbler. He makes shoes. All right? You want to fucking love actors? I make shoes? A child could do that. Children do that. And that's the end of the joke. Yeah, Daniel probably needs to grow the fuck up. That's my point. I mean, actors, yes, they're just hateable people, and it seems to me that they're the ones being employed, by the worst people on earth. I mean, actors better be hateable, at least, if they want to be convincing when they play a multifaceted character. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm not mad at these people. We need a place for the empty-headed, moronic, unlikable people, okay, who have nothing real to add, who are incapable of real work. We need a place for these people. But, now we've summed up actors. Let's move on to a particular actor. Miss Erica Kirk. Eric Kirk. Yeah, you tell me an actor becomes a CEO. Are you down with that? You think they could actually do it? No. Don't worry. This actor in particular has a college degree in American legal studies. I learned that. Erica has a degree in American legal studies. Where from? Arizona University. Yes. Arizona University, known for its diligent and serious students. Yeah, American legal studies at Arizona University. They probably spent a lot of time on DUI case law. They learned about what to do when someone gets injured at a party. Yeah, what are we covering today? Professor? Yeah, we're covering how we prevent lawsuits if someone accidentally overdoses. Arizona University. You'll figure out what to do when you're on drugs. Yeah, again, the idea that I'm psychically driving at is the idea that the people who have the important positions in our world that we live in are actually fucking actors, all right? And whoever is really in charge is some fucking insane director, pretending to be a tin can dictator. Some of them probably are tin can dictators, actually, literally. I mean, yeah, man, you talk about Macron in France, Trudeau in Canada, and all their musical theater talent. We mentioned Zelensky, fellow comedian, respect. All right, yeah, I mean, you want our leaders out here to be honest, but most of these motherfuckers have a background in acting. And I don't know, kind of gives away the game. Same way with, Erica being an actor, probably gives away a little bit of the game. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, all right? Yeah, these people, they're like trained liars who have nothing going on in their head. Yeah, with actors, I mean, look, listen to me. I mean, you're either playing some stereotypical character, or you're like who you are anyway. Some simple-minded, devious, fantastical thing. And these guys, they walk around trying to give their real opinions, pretending to be the actual people in charge, and it's a joke. It's a big fucking joke, okay? I mean, I guess the lesson we got to take away is that, art and propaganda and, their mouthpieces, they all exist in the same medium, all right? Maybe even they're the same things, okay? I talk all day about comedy. I'm mentioning showbiz, and I'm trying to link it to the people who run the world, and, it seems to me, at least, without art, none of it works, okay? Without these, beautiful, talented artists, working for the billionaire government, I don't think it could operate. I mean, what bothers me the most is, art. It's supposed to point out the propaganda. So me trying to, get around the fact that it also serves it, it's important to realize that art and propaganda can be used in the same medium. All right? You think that these people in charge are different than the people you see on TV? Probably not literally. Probably not. Yeah. Art, so troubling. Yeah, speaking of art, back again to the great art lover, Jeffrey Epstein. The fucking connoisseur of great art. The con who should have died in a sewer, killed by some guy named Art. Yeah, I gotta show one of these files. I mean, again, I'm on this subject all day. I guess this whole podcast is about it, and might be it for the future. You need more of it, actually, in your diet. Yeah, and I don't know, man. I mean, am I going to move on for this subject, or am I going to kill myself, really? I mean, at least if I don't move on from this subject, all right, if I do get murdered, I knew it was going to happen. So I guess, in a way, I still do kill myself. But I mean, it's it's the number one issue, most important issue. You can't get away with it. I'm doing this podcast at 2 a.m. because this is how important it is. All right, yeah, man. I mean, I just got some hot news on my phone by some fucking libtard influencer, whom I will not show you. All right, a lot of these guys, I feel just the same way about Sean Ryan. I mean, yeah, you're giving me some good shit, but for some reason I don't want to hear it from you. Yeah, so this guy, I learned some news from him. Yeah, I'm not showing you. He's already very popular. He doesn't need my help. I'm a jealous man. I'm so jealous. But yeah, I learned that the DOJ is filing some new fucking paperwork trying to tell some fucking judge that there is no court available to enforce Congress's Epstein law. Yeah, and, whatever. I mean, the specifics are not important, but just understand, the direction of movement with this issue, okay? I mean, let's not get hung up on the specifics, but, at this point, they're trying to hide more. I mean, what? What, the files we have, are they already enough? Are they already enough? Yeah, no, we don't need any more Epstein files. Come on. The ones we have, they're perfect. They're pristine. Come on, guys. We have Epstein files at home. We don't need to go out and get more. Come on. Yeah, we don't need to know anything else. Yeah. These Epstein files. I got to show you this thing. I mean, yeah, just proving for once and all that he never killed himself and he did everything by himself. It's only just Lane. Sometimes. Yeah, let's look at this together. I mean, come on. All right, yeah, let's look at this wonderful Epstein file. It answers so many questions. We don't need more. Look at the ones we already have. Yeah, you look at it, and it's redacted up top. Yeah, thank you, FBI. Hope you're on top of whatever the fuck that said. Yeah, but look, what's not redacted? Look at this. It's just written down in pen. What does it say? It says, no good. What? What's no good? What the fuck? and then we scroll down, and it shows some name, some guy in New York, Patrick Lawson, and he's a general manager. Okay, and then what's past that? Just black, redacted. This is the quality of files we're getting, and it's fucking it's so infuriating. I cannot understand how this is the file we get. It's just what is this? It says no good, mentions some fucking general manager, and then nothing, and then nothing. What in the shit fuck are these files? Seriously, okay. Whatever they are, I mean, this isn't nothing. I know this file isn't nothing. All right, but it's at least scaring the shit out of me. Okay, and we don't even get a reason for the redaction. Yeah, supposedly in the law that they passed, that the FBI is supposed to state the reasons, for redacting. Yeah, the great law that Ro your oblongata wrote, and Thomas Massey. He's fine. No nickname for him. Part of the law is that the FBI has to, indicate, the reasons for these, maddening redactions. What is going on with this? I mean, dude, it terrifies me. And hey, I bet the FBI is scared too. Okay, that's what I bet. I mean, really, if they read the whole thing, and I'm reading just a little bit of it, I mean, yeah, and we're both probably really afraid. Okay, I am spooked. All right, and maybe that's why they call them spooks, because they're always so scared. This is what kills me about this. I mean, the American law enforcement, where is the real courage? Like the leadership? If you're afraid for your life, FBI agent, hey, tell the American people, okay? We'll try and protect you so you can do your motherfucking job, okay? I've covered other files, where people, and, specifically girls, they're talking big about, taking down the SOPs. I'm really trying to make that happen. SOPs, totally fetch. They talk about defeating these people. But then they cower down because they're afraid for their family's lives or whatever. Yeah, their family's lives are threatened, so I can't do this anymore. But come on, I mean, we got to get over that. Gotta get over that. I swear, if some fucking FBI agent, anybody with some kind of legal authority, with the tiniest leadership skills possible, just bottom charisma, okay? If they come out there and say, hey, these are these people that we're wondering about, they will do anything to kill me and kill you. Yeah, we need to band together and have a real fight, okay? Yeah, this is what we need from somebody. Somebody who just goes out there and says, hey, I'm telling you this right now, and now they're going to kill me. So please, please. Yeah, I mean, everyone just needs to protect themselves at all time. Okay, yes, let's divide ourselves accordingly and come to a nice compromise. Maybe we need to come to a nice compromise throughout the world to stop pedophiles. We need a world government to stop. Okay, no, that's how they get me, huh? That's how they got me. Yeah, really. I mean, we probably need a surveillance state to stop the pedophiles, huh? Yeah, I would totally get got by that one. That one's right there for me. Yeah, and maybe that's the ultimate goal. They win either way. I mean, seriously, what is the goal of the military at this point? Pleasure, power over death. I guess that's how I, my original understanding of people's lust for power. It's just like the fear of death or whatever. They have no power over that, so here they are to fight in this life as much as possible so they can edge against the inevitable. Maybe that's what I thought all those fables are about, the death mysteries, all the ancient religion that, we created these, fantastical tales, these elaborate endings for ourselves because, our fear of death and fear of the future. But as we operate now, I mean, it seems to me that a little more is going on, that maybe, in fact, it was all true in the first place. Because, what else could excuse this type of fucking buffoonery? This buffoonery of the Epstein Files. It has to be something so dark and so evil and perhaps even, instinctually true. That there's no way. There's no way they could show us, man. I mean, what's going on in those photos? Gore? I mean, tell me if it's Gore. Tell me if it's the kid. Who's this Patrick guy? I looked up Patrick on Google. They make me Google this guy's name. All right? And yeah, I get nobody. I get some fucking weirdo real estate agent with a bad LinkedIn page. And I get some other guy who's in charge of, finances. I mean, this is pathetic. I mean, whatever they're defending has to be like so world breaking. Because, again, I mean, hey. Violence to protect the petrodollar seems to be the only good option at this point, right? Okay, last segment. Again, I love California. Going back to Cali. Oof, maybe just give myself a nice little mouthwash after this, devastating podcast. I want to look at this article. I'm gonna bring it up. Let's look at it together. Yeah, all right. Yeah, the billionaire LA Rams owner. This is the headline. He claps back with a $400 million lawsuit against the city of Los Angeles, particularly Inglewood, and perhaps even thinks about moving the team. Yeah, California and all our sports. Yeah, what's the issue? The issue is that the city put up some signs around the new Rams stadium, some big fucking signs, some big signs, and it's blocking the view. People are paying for ads, and the billionaire guy who developed all this property, he's not getting none of it. He's not getting no money from it. They did it without his permission or whatever. And now he's going after the city, going after our great, wonderful city. And again, I learned this information on Reddit, and perhaps I can never escape this, but yeah, Reddit. I mean, what a wonderful website. I don't know if any of you guys know. I'm sure you heard it before, but Ghislaine, that bitch, she had a very active Reddit account and was in fact a moderator on several forums. Yeah, this is the worst part about it. You can never escape it. I mean, look, what's so mind-boggling about this is that, this is why I bring up the media. This is why I bring up actors and propaganda. It's because, this lady, this Ghislaine lady, all right, a seemingly very busy person who had a lot of very important things to do, she spent a good amount of time on motherfucking Reddit, okay? It's never ending. Talk about the furthest reaches of the concept. I mean, and what happened to one of the creators and owners of Reddit? What happened to one of the guys? He committed suicide. Yeah, all of it's completely co-opted, completely controlled, and here we are looking at it, And I will say something great about Reddit. I mean, the people speak on there. The people speak, and maybe this is the reason why it was a perfectly subtle place for these type of people. But the fact that they actually spend their time doing this it's a big realization. And how does it matter to California? This story and this bigger picture I'm painting, because this is the real battle. This is the only battles that are actually happening. All right, there's the lone billionaire versus the government, who's also run by billionaires. Yep. This guy's attacking the city of Los Angeles, which, God knows, what the fuck powers, the city answers to. Yeah, but these are the people having the conversation. All right. Yes, the nice little conversation we have in California and America about these people ruining our natural beauty. I mean, sure, it's in Inglewood, but the sky is still nice over there. Yeah, they're out there ruining our wonderful land. And what's the important part? Who gets paid for it? Yeah, they're putting up giant signs in our beautiful fucking city, ruining the view. And the only question is, who gets paid? Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, they're ruining every reason to live, okay? The reason I live here, this is the beautiful sky, all right? And we're out here saying that some old fuck billionaire who owns the Rams, whose stadium and existence is basically, built on, tax subsidies and literal taxpayer funding. I mean, this is what we're talking about with, taking ownership of our state, of our country, my country, your country, of the place you're living at and have citizenship to. Yeah, I mean, I'm at this point, at least when it comes to California, and maybe it's a hope that, if we're wondering, who needs to get paid, I'd like to be in the conversation. Okay, I mean, you're ruining my sky, you're fucking up my city. You're trying to take it all for yourself. I mean, you wouldn't have anything without us, man. And I guess that's, some workers' right. I mean, I can't get paid. All our leaders are fucking fraudulent actors. The ads you're showing me on these signs in the first place are, probably, some algorithm developed by the CIA via taxpayer funding. All right, I have no option to resist. I'll never be able to beat the military ever. I mean, come on, guys. How miserable can you make us? How miserable can you make us for your own fucking, vilification? That's a great word. All right, end of the pod. Thank you so much. Like it, subscribe to it, comment on it. Was it funny today? A little more serious. Again, I mean, what time is it right now? It's 3:30 in the fucking morning. Jesus, we can't go on like this. All right, fuck everybody except Candace Owens. Let's go.